If you have a large amount of equity sitting in your property right now, I want you to listen to this, because your equity isn't actually money in the bank. It's a number based on what your property is worth today. And right now, Sydney property values are softening. In July alone, Sydney home values fell around 1.4% in a single month, according to Cotality. And some of the biggest falls are happening in Sydney's premium suburbs. So here's a question I'd be asking if I own substantial property. Should I be pulling some of that equity out while the bank still values my property at today's level? Not because I think you should panic, and certainly not because I think property is suddenly becoming worthless. Quite the opposite. If you've built substantial equity over the last 10, 15 or 20 years, you may have an opportunity right now to access some of it. Why? Because if valuations continue to soften, the amount the bank is prepared to lend against your property could reduce significantly. And here's a mistake I see people make. They wait, they think, I'll do it later. Then the market moves. The valuation comes in lower. Borrowing capacity changes, and suddenly that equity you thought you had access to isn't as accessible as you thought. Now, I'm not saying go out and borrow every dollar that you possibly can. That's dangerous. I'm saying know your numbers. Get your property valued, speak to your broker, understand your borrowing capacity, and if you have a genuine investment, business or wealth building strategy for that equity, consider whether now is the right time to access it rather than waiting until the market has already fallen further. Because when it comes to buying property, it's not about how much your house is worth, it's about how much of that value you can actually use. And you can put some of that equity to some real wealth building strategies.